This is someone who's about to turn 30. This is a grown man, so everyone could see. Amigos and amigas, before we even talk about it, I just want to sincerely apologize for making another video on this guy. I promise you, I honestly did think I was never going to speak of him again. But this morning, via Instagram, which I highly recommend you follow, I got this DM. Hey Sensitive, Fuzz99 on TikTok made some cringe. Doesn't he every single day? He compared his struggles to the war in Ukraine and even downplayed it. With that said, get comfortable, make your popcorn, make your Takis. I could wait a few seconds for all the amigos and amigas to come and join. And let's just jump right into this video.
People love to invalidate other people's feelings on this app. Nobody cares that you got misgendered or that your mom doesn't use your right pronouns for you. There are children starving in Africa and getting blown up in the Ukraine.
Well, yeah, when you put it like that, getting misgendered is nothing. It's nothing compared to people starving in Africa, I'm just using his example, or getting blown up in Ukraine. If you actually believe that being misgendered is as bad, if not worse, than getting blown up or starving to death, you are fucking delusional. And I'm not saying your problems are invalid. I'm not saying that one bit, but that would be the equivalent of me coming over here and saying, oh my god, my last few videos didn't get 10 million views. I have the worst life ever. My life sucks. I have it worse than people in Ukraine. Does it suck? Yeah, you know, but it is what it is. Some videos do well, some don't. Everyone goes through it, okay? But of course, I don't have it as bad as people in Turkey right now. Do you know how stupid it is to say this? Like, yeah, getting misgendered is worse or is as bad as what's happening in Ukraine. This example that this person used is just so wild. Getting misgendered is not as bad as people in Africa starving. It's nothing compared to that.
You snowflake. And sure, kids starving and getting blown up is a horrible and sad thing. You should never compare what you were feeling and your feelings to anything or anyone in this world. We physically cannot control how we feel about things that happen to us.
Okay, let me just stop it right here. I think he has a point. You know, rare Fuzz W. It's not fair to compare yourself to other people. Just imagine getting back home from a test, you're sad, and someone says, oh, you're sad about that? I mean, have you seen what's going on in Ukraine? Like, you know, I think that's kind of dumb. So I do agree with him on that. But just the way he came off at the start was like kind of aggressive, like comparing getting misgendered to getting blown up and shit like that. You know, when I see people on Twitter or in real life complaining about getting misgendered, or this person at Starbucks got my dead name wrong, or they got my pronouns wrong, or this happened, they have a fucking mental breakdown over that. I think that's pathetic. If that's what causes you to have a fucking mental breakdown, that's when you know you're fucking privileged. And on top of that, that's when you know when you live in the first world country, when that's your biggest concern. And sure, it sucks, but to have a full rant about it over something so stupid, like, nah, I don't know about that one. I'm not saying your problems are invalid. I'm just saying, and you think that's the worst thing to ever happen, as many people do think so. Number one, you're soft.
What you feel is valid. When you start to compare what you were feeling to other traumatic things in this world, or if someone else tries to compare them for you, then that is just going to invalidate what you were feeling. And over time, it's just gonna make you bottle it up and up and up until you reach a point where you're standing on a ledge wondering if you'll ever come back. Believe me, I've been there.
Womp womp womp. You know, I'm not trying to be a dick here, but this person just so fucking unlikable. I honestly expected the video to be worse. Sometimes, even me, we take for granted what we have. We don't realize how fucking privileged we are. And don't get me wrong, I'm human. I'm guilty of that as well. But my problems are insignificant compared to what actual people are struggling. Or maybe I'm not doing so well at a test or a project. Okay, it sucks, but for me to think my life is fucking over because of that, when people are actually fucking dying and suffering every single day, it does humbly remind me, you can try again. You can retake the class, you can retake the test. Does it suck? Yes, but that beats being in Turkey right now where the people are suffering, or being in Ukraine where sometimes you can't even leave. So going back to this guy's point, getting misgendered is nothing compared to what's happening in Africa and Ukraine, and he's the one who brought it up, so that's why I'm using that example.
It is so much better for you to let yourself feel and heal than to conceal and let yourself not feel and
Bars.
Feel. You matter, okay? And it's okay to feel what you feel, and it's valid. You're valid.
Yeah, this guy is so fucking corny. I am someone who doesn't like breaking promises, and sadly, I cannot promise this will be the last video on him. Not because of how well this is going to do, because I'm sure it's gonna do decent, but because you never know what crazy stuff this guy might say next. But guys, my life sucks, doesn't it? When there's people starving to death, dying, and this guy's in his fucking room with AC on, with access to the internet, with an iPhone 14 Pro. With that said, comment fuss L. I cannot stand this person. I don't know how anyone could be around this person for more than 5 minutes without reaching for a fucking gun or a knife. He's legitimately SpongeBob if SpongeBob wasn't cute, funny, or good. He's just all the bad traits about SpongeBob, which is being annoying. But with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. What do you guys think of this situation? Do you agree with him? Disagree? Do you think I fell off? Do you think I'm stinky? Do you think I should just quit? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments below. I would appreciate it. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video, alright? Peace out.